glaube, wir sollten sie ein bisschen zurückhalten. Bevor irgendwer noch zu Schaden kommt. Ah, da vorne. Ja. Na, dann wollen wir doch mal schauen, wer der Übeltäter ist.
This Fontanian device of mechanical motion is quite curious indeed.
Now is hardly an opportune time for your musings. Someone among us was not sufficiently attentive, and now the kite has vanished.
Calm yourself. Do you have any recollection of its last location?
Das wird dir
One
gleich jemand
believes
anderes
it
sagen.
drifted in the direction of Mount Outsong.
Ja.
Perhaps it is mere happenstance, but one feels a certain sense of dread at the thought.
Your concern is misplaced, surely. Cloud Retainer is either in the city looking after her disciples, or secluded in her abode attending to her research. She will not notice that kite.
Doch.
On the subject of said kite, however, one simply must remark on the genius of its windlass lift technology. One cannot help but surmise that its ingenuity rivals that of Cloud Retainer's creations.
Still thy tongue. If Cloud Retainer were to hear you profess such a thing, we can both say farewell to any further use of the supreme cuisine machine.
One presumes that this kite belongs to you.
Huh?
Regard the situation with which we are now confronted. This is all your fault.
Ja, irgendwie
One's fault.
schon.
One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no solitary endeavor. Say something, Mountain Shaper. Surely you can think of something to appease her.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath. It would...
We can hardly avoid her forever. That may suffice during Lantern Rite. But what about the Moon Chase Festival? Sooner or later, she will discover our true identity.
Ja.
Go retrieve the kite.
Absolutely not.
That is not our kite.
Oh, so an adept.
Ah, you're an Adeptus? I truly possess no inkling of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain. Pray, who could be responsible for...
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery. This locale is home to such exquisite... mint! Well, and if that's all, then we'll just be on...
Ja.
We finally caught up. You sure do fly fast in your illuminated bird form.
Ja.
Moon Carver? Mountain Shaper? What are you doing here?
You!
Verraten.
Now, Paimon's getting a weird vibe.
It is of
Yeah.
no consequence. Long has one seen through their disguises. One was simply curious as to how long they would keep up the act.
Tja.
Then you are not angry?
How could one feel anger at the sight of two old friends enjoying themselves? One is also well aware of how enticing these city novelties can be.
Tja.
We were simply consumed by a fit of festive spirit. Seldom do we get the opportunity to partake in the delights of the times. However,
Ja.
we are far from being as adept as you in matters that require a deftness of hand. No worthy kite could be born of our own making. Thus, we could only take the
Your prowess
Ah,
in
yeah.
mechanics is unparalleled, Cloud Retainer. You wield the wind and waves themselves. Your singular talent stands unmatched across the land. Of this, we are well aware.
Ah, ja.
One has guests to attend to. We will have to convene again some other time. Traveler, Paimon, do try to keep up.
Ja. Ah, und weg
We're
ist
leaving
sie.
already? Oh, all this flying from place to place is wearing Paimon out.
Du kannst wenigstens fliegen. Ich muss irgendwie... Ja. Hätte mir wenigstens ein bisschen Wind zurücklassen können oder so. Dass ich da besser rüberkomme. Ah ja. Okay. Let's go. Ach, da wäre was gewesen. Nee, jetzt nicht. Ah, war so klar. Naja, wenigstens sind wir jetzt angekommen. Juhu. Sind die anderen schon weg?
They're back.
Ja.
Paimon's pooped. Hi. Why are there only 2 of you left?
Tja,
After you left,
um auf uns
Yao
zu
Yao
warten.
and Shuyu tired themselves out playing with their kites. Gao Ming offered to escort them home. Before he left, he said something that I don't quite understand.
Okay.
Oh? What did he say?
He said, a kite is always tied down no matter how far it flies or how high it soars. Its tether prevents it from ever truly flying free.
So fühlt er sich.
He looked quite dejected as he said this. Now that you mention it, Gao Ming did seem to have a rather strange attitude towards kites.
Tja.
A reflection of himself.
Yep.
If I were a kite, I would cherish that tether as a symbol of kinship and the bonds that tie us, and
Shenhe?
it may be an exceedingly slim and distant connection, but lose it, and you lose that which links you to home. If Gao Ming truly sees a kite as a reflection of himself, then I fear I understand his words even less. Well, people often have different points of view depending on their mindset and experiences, right? It's actually quite normal. Just like some people can eat spicy food, but others won't go anywhere near it?
Ja, so
Exactly.
ungefähr.
That's why tolerance and understanding are as important as they are.
Tolerance and understanding? What brought about this conversation? Did one miss something?
We were just chatting. You don't have to butt in on...
One was merely doing a bit of cooking. Night
Ah, ja.
fast approaches. If you are otherwise unoccupied, one would entreat you to stay and eat before you depart.
Ja, ich glaube nicht, dass Paimon Nein sagt.
Oh, it's been so long since I've had the chance to enjoy your cooking, Cloud Retainer.
Worry not. One has prepared a variety of meat and vegetable dishes. One is more than familiar with everyone's culinary proclivities.
Okay.
Shenhe, Ganyu, come with me.
Whoa, what's with all the secrecy? You're not trying to play favorites, are you? If you're ready to serve the food, we can help too.
Ja, dann wollen wir mal. Ah, ich glaube, ich weiß, was Garming damit sagen wollte. Fühlt sich halt wie festgeschnürt. Ihr wartet eine Weile vor der Tür der Wohnstätte der Fürstin.
This is...
Huch. Ui. Nice. Oh, wie süß.
I can feel the wind brushing against my legs. This is a bit embarrassing. Is that piece
Aw.
secure? I should have asked Cloud Retainer to check before I stepped outside.
Das ist süß.
How do we
Aw.
look? She asked them just like that?
Ja.
Pretty cute on you. Oh, how should Paimon put it? You both look so elegant and refined. Those outfits really suit you both.
Given that one
Ja.
employed the services of the best tailor in all of Liyue, one would expect nothing less.
Aw. Das
What
ist sehr
colors
süß.
have you been partial to lately, Shenhe and Ganyu?
Lately?
Why is Cloud Retainer suddenly asking about what colors we like?
I like black.
One is gratified to see one's disciple has inherited one's own tastes.
The color black
Aww.
doesn't get dirty easily. A virtue I've come to value recently.
And you, Ganyu?
I favor blue and black.
And the material is sufficiently comfortable, yes?
Yes, very. I simply cannot thank you enough, Cloud Retainer, for this gift. And the kite, too.
Thank you,
Aw.
Master.
One is content, as long as you are pleased with the gift. One hopes these garments will see much use.
Ah. In den Platz und genießt eine reich gedeckte Tafel in angenehmer Gesellschaft. Na dann.
Seems like your supreme cuisine machine is just getting better and better, Xianyun. This golden
Yeah.
crab's particularly good. The shell's deliciously crunchy, and the meat inside is so succulent and it's a good thing Gaming isn't here, or Paimon would have to duel him for the food. You know, with chopsticks.
Tja.
He traveled all this way on account of the kite-making workshop, and he spent the whole afternoon looking after Shuyu. One was hoping to treat him to a meal. Oh well. One will just have to extend one's thanks in person.
It's rare
Na
for
dann.
someone to make such a good impression on you, Cloud Retainer.
One has high standards. He
Tja.
appears to be a young man of much merit, and one is not the type who would see such potential squandered.
Ja.
It appears that he wishes to break free from the kite string that tethers him.
Kite string? Huh, what strange metaphors you speak in, Shenhe. Ever since you returned from
das
one
war
mean
seine
restaurant...
Redewendung.
Where do we even begin? Oh, do you know about the conflict between Gaming and his dad, Xianyun?
One has only heard that the two are not on good terms.
Ja.
He ran away from home and hasn't been back since.
Oh?
Ran away, you say? Huh. One believes we would all benefit from a more thorough retelling. Start from the beginning.
Ja.
Oh, okay. Paimon just hopes he won't mind.
Das hoffe ich auch. Ihr berichtet Janyun alles, was ihr...
What?
Ja. Ja.
This shall not do.
Tja.
Lantern Rite fast approaches. We must make haste.
Okay.
As one was contacting various tailors around Liyue, one could not help but be reminded of Menogius. He possessed
yeah.
a singular talent for clothing design. He had an exquisite eye, not just for fabric selection and color pairing, but also for what accessories could best accentuate a garment's overall
Das
styling.
hast du
At a
vor.
gathering of adepti, Bonanis once complained in secret to some of the ladies in attendance that the skirt Menogius made for her was too long and impractical. However, when one asked Menogius his opinion, he remarked that the train of the skirt would serve to enhance her adeptal countenance by exemplifying a certain elegance. Menogius was that type of person. When it came to topics relating to garments and accessories, not even Rex Lapis could best his stubbornness.
Ja.
And later,
Ja.
one seems to have strayed off topic.
Ja,
One
ich
means
glaub auch.
to say that Lantern Rite should be a day of reunion. It is a time to address problems before they turn into regrets. Fate is fickle. The cruel reality of this world is that suffering and misfortune can befall any of us without design or reason. If there is a chance for young people to remain insulated from this reality,
Tja,
one should do
manchmal
one's
kann man's aber
utmost
nicht
to make it
verhindern.
so.
That's nice and all, but
Ja.
Do you
Aber...
have any ideas, Cloud Retainer?
Perhaps adeptal arts could be of use. No. Mechanics, perhaps. One fails to see its use in a situation such as
Is there anything I can do to help?
combining our efforts is a fine idea indeed. Aha! One has an idea. How
Ah, ja.
about this? Does that make sense to everyone?
Na danke, dass ich mal wieder nichts davon mitbekommen habe.
oh, Paimon really hopes this works.
Warum macht ihr denn ein Geheimnis vor mir?
One's designs never fail.
Ich würde dann auch gern wissen, was ihr plant. Warum
Now
erfahre ich
then,
das mal als
I counsel
letztes?
rest for all, and to make the necessary preparations. One shall see you in 2 days.
Ah ja. Das muss ja ein großer Plan sein. Dass wir wieder 2 Tage warten müssen. Aber gut, dass wir vorspulen können. Das sollte reichen.
It's time to carry out the plan! Let's go find Gaming! Hope everything goes well.
Lass mich warten, er ist wieder ganz weit entfernt. Ah ja, in Liebe. Gut, dann reisen wir da eben schnell hin. Und schauen, was wir machen können. Na dann. Let's go. Juhu, hier drüben.
Hi, Gaming! Paimon sees you've certainly gotten an early start this morning. Playing games already, are we? Who won
ja.
this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm always the one losing.
Ach, Quatsch.
Perfect, you're all here. There's an important commission I need your help with.
All right,
yeah.
I've got the time. Where are the goods?
It's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying Village to Liyue Harbor. A very important client has requested to meet with him.
Sure.
Ah ja.
What's this merchant's address?
Here.
Ah, es ist der Vater.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very pressing commission, right?
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise you to depart at...
All right, don't work too hard now, Longjo.
Es ist sein Vater. Das ist ja mal was. Und ich glaube, ich weiß schon, wer das eingerichtet hat. Das ist fies. Das ist ganz, ganz fies.
You're a bit quiet today, Gaming. Oh, do you want Paimon to tell a story?
We're almost there. I'll take a rain check on that.
Paimon, du müsstest doch wissen, wohin wir unterwegs sind. Tja.
Hello, you must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort you.
Tja.
Dad?
Ja.
Oh, so you're Gaming's father. It's nice to meet you. Just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon, he's got this in the bag. Gaming is super good at what he does. Everyone at the
darum
Secure
geht's nicht.
Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good things to say about him.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself at least.
Tja.
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all here.
Then let's get going.
A very important client has asked for you by name. You kinda have to come with us. Paimon doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if you just didn't show up. Plus, you'd be missing out on a huge money-making opportunity.
I see. I suppose I will have to trouble you all to escort me.
Okay. Ah, was hat sie denn schon wieder gemacht? Ach ja. Huch, ah ja. Okay. Dann wollen wir mal. Aber warum dahin? Das verstehe ich jetzt nicht ganz so doll. Na gut. Wenn der Treffpunkt da vorne ist, dann gehen wir dahin.
waiting for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
I'm fine.
Gaming, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you? Come on, bring them out so we can share them.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Ja.
But the winter melon cake he gave us last time was so delicious. Have you ever tried it before, Mr. Ip?
Paimon.
Ja, irgendwie wird das unangenehm. Okay, wir müssen noch ein bisschen laufen. Das ist nur für Gespräche. Anscheinend.
This place looks nice and open. Why don't you all rest here for a second?
Huh? What about you?
I'm not tired. I'll keep watch.
Oh, but...
Just let him go.
Tja.
Okay, we'll just share amongst ourselves then. Did you know, Uncle Ip, that the flavor of these cakes...
Halt! Who goes there?
It appears that one's movements were overly conspicuous.
Ja, die
Enough
beiden
of your
schon wieder.
musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at hand.
Ah, die beiden.
Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
Indeed. Bring them forth readily and without protest.
Ihr seht nicht aus wie Banditen.
What do we do?
It seems as if these two are acting alone. It won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to... Leave this to me. I'll handle them. Traveler, Paimon, take my dad and the goods away from here.
No, coming. It's too deep.
This is what I do.
Tja.
A thorny foe indeed. Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows and disposition.
Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Away! Let us away!
Coming!
Don't worry, he's a great fighter. Paimon's
Ja,
even
und
seen
die
him take down a
beiden.
dozen or so treasure hoarders all by himself.
But coming,
Ja.
if he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade, he wouldn't have to put himself in such danger as...
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead. We'd best get away from here, in case there are other bandits in the area waiting in the air.
Mein, das könnten wir auch noch, aber, ne?
All is going to plan.
Ah, ja. Ich wusste doch, dass sie dahinter steckt.
Okay, we should be good to stop here.
Ah, ja.
Yangli? Oh no, what is he doing here?
Ah. Oh.
Good sir, please, listen to
sieht
me.
aus.
Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can. There are bandits in the area.
Ja, ich glaube eher, kann gut auf sich aufpassen. Vor allem mit dem Hutau,
Bandits.
Drachen.
Acting in broad daylight?
Tja.
Oh. Ah, I see.
Tja.
It appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon, perhaps some tea and rest are in order.
Nope, no need.
Inzwischen muss er wohl alles gemerkt haben, ob er sich wohl absichtlich
If there are
umstellt.
indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millilith at once.
Die Transportwache, die uns begleitete, ist ihnen schon dicht auf den
Oh?
Fersen.
Well, if that's the case, such matters are best left to those with the necessary expertise. Wouldn't you agree?
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like us got involved, we would only cause more trouble.
Ich würde Joliet nicht als ordinär bezeichnen, da er ja mal der Arkon war, aber ja, okay.
Since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good
Aber er
news?
kann anscheinend die Situation gut handeln.
That would be
Und sein
lovely.
Drache gefällt mir. Dass der Geist den Hutau immer einsetzt, ne? Süß. Ah ja, hier kann man sich gut hinsetzen.
So, Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried. After all, Gaming, the guard we mentioned is his son.
Gaming. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Usho dancer who has been performing around Liyue Harbor recently.
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani. Usho dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of adversity. That is a rare attribute indeed. I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so accomplished and upright, you must be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
Seems like Zhongli has decided to skip the formalities.
Well, he's a hard worker.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit hot-headed. It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish to convey, perhaps we could pass it along for you.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that of you.
Aww.
This thing between us has festered for many years now. In truth, there are some things that simply aren't easy for us to talk through. I've been in the tea business for most of my life, and I always hoped my child would do the same. Otherwise, how would he support himself? Over the past few years, I heard how well he was doing for himself as a guard. How his work was taking him to farther and farther off places. I also heard that he never gave up on wushu dancing. It made me happy. But I was also worried. When you're young, you can handle all that physically taxing work and manual labor. What young person isn't capable of making a living that way? Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief that I was right. I often regret introducing him to wushu dancing as a kid. If I had known how things would turn out,
das ist aber gemein.
I would have...
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment, Uncle Ip.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom. Perhaps I have misjudged your age.
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one of my old friends has several grown daughters. Rather than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find their own way.
Then she's more easygoing than I could ever be. I fear I lack such an open mind. I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name.
Sure.
So, do you also think I fret too much?
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. Only a fool would ask a parent not to worry about their child. But think of it this way. Raising a child is not unlike flying a kite. Hold the string too tight, and it can no longer soar. As my friend once said, if your children are aiming for the stars, clipping their wings will only cause them to come crashing down. You need to let out the line for a kite to soar.
It seems I was too stuck in my ways.
You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little. Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things? Like going for a stroll, drinking tea, or taking in the scenery. You never know what surprises could be in store. Things can change in the blink of an eye.
The blink of an eye, you say? Do things change so quickly?
Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, Sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
Yes, you can say that again. 1 second, Gaming was a kid. The next thing I knew, he was ready to fly the nest.
Zhongli certainly has a way with words.
Ja, irgendwie schon. Und da kommt Gaming.
Oh, Gaming is back.
Ja, und ich sollte es langsam mal pausieren.
Hey, Gaming, we're over here.
Timer war schon wieder. Okay, dann können wir ja jetzt weitermachen.
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh, and Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng funeral parlor?
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying some pleasant conversation.
Ein bisschen.
Is everything resolved?
Well, you...
What does that mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I need to talk to you.
Ja, er ist hintergekommen. Er ist dahinter gekommen.
I'll come right out and say it. Those two bandits...
So...
Can't look me in the eye, huh? Guess I'm right then.
Okay, but how did you...
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills. I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to close that distance. People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start, like sneaking up on us while we were distracted. Unless, of course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Wow, you're pretty quick on the uptake.
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a ruthless bandit in my time, but I've never seen ones like them. In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow, and that they could hang out with me in Liyue Harbor. And
You ever consider you might be a little too good at making friends?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me?
Ja.
I appreciate it, I really do. But this conflict between us has been going on for a long time. Even if those two were real bandits, and I was able to subdue them and show them what I was capable of, it wouldn't change anything. You've seen the way he talks to me.
Ja, irgendwie
It's not
schon.
like that at all. Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around. Zhongli was talking things through with him, and he nearly agreed to let it go. You don't believe us?
He won't let it go. He can say as much as he wants to other people, but he won't talk to me.
Tja,
I'm certain of it.
und was ist mit dir?
You told us you wanted to prove yourself to your dad. Why don't you tell him about all the hard work you've done these past few years?
Will that even do anything? I'm not sure talking is enough.
You won't know unless you try. Just like how you won't know if something is delicious unless you taste it. Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
Tja, ein Versuch kann nicht schaden.